Hey, all you little dummies out there. This is the head, big, cold blooded dummy. Okay, we got an update on the Triumph Speed Quadruple. Okay, we got the Speed 4, and we're doing some maintenance and some cleaning and some modifications. Okay, guys, we got us a quick shifter. And what we did is we got a Heeltech quick shifter. And what I'm doing right now is I took the tank off. I took off the air box, and I have to wire in the quick shifter into the coils. And I know that this bike has never had the valve cover gasket replaced. And so I pulled out the coils, and these two center coils here, number 2 and number 3, in the past I've had oil issues with oil getting past the valve cover gaskets. So I pulled those out, and sure enough, there was oil down inside these two. Now, the outer ones, number 1 and number 4, they were dry. But I went ahead and pulled them all out anyways, and I'm cleaning them. And then I'm going to reinstall the, here's the coil. Okay. And the spark plug is right here. And the last time I had these out was back in 2018. And when I put new spark plugs in it. But anyways, I got down inside here and I wiped out the throttle bodies, cleaned them. They weren't real dirty or anything, but it's always good to get in there and clean stuff when you have access to it. I have a bore scope, and I ran a bore scope down inside the spark plug hole, and the top of the piston only has just a minor buildup. And then I looked down inside the throttles, down into the valves, and the valves are clean as a whistle. I can't believe how clean they are. Anyways, I took a recording of the bore scope, so I'll put that into the video. But anyways, here is the wiring harness for the quick shifter, and then down here is the sensor. And look at that, guys. It just bolts right onto the shifter arm. Right there. Tiny little, and it has a wire that goes to it. The wire will go up. And then underneath here I have the brain of the quick shifter. I just have it mounted upside down. But when I need to go ahead and tune it and everything, I can just undo these little zip ties, and I can check it for the LED light and the status and everything, and get it tuned the way I want it, and then I can just zip tie it back up underneath here, so it's out of the way. But another thing we did is we got a new rubbing block for the chain. So let me show you what's involved with installing the rubbing block. By the way, guys, it's like 2:41 in the morning, and it's 48 degrees out here in Sacramento, California. Okay, so the rubbing block goes in this area right in here. But in order to get it in, this piece has to go behind the swing arm, and then this piece goes in front of the swing arm. So you have to take the wheel off. You have to take the chain guard off. And then you have to suspend the bike. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bottle jack. And I'm going to put a bottle jack underneath here. And I'm going to raise the bottle jack up so that I can support this side of the swing arm and just lift this side of the swing arm up like a 1/2 inch. And then I can pull this support piece out. Then I can slide the chain block on, the rubbing block. And then I can put this back in, let the bottle jack down, and then bring this forward and bring the rubbing block forward up into position. So it's kind of a pain in the butt, but we'll get it done. Not a big issue. So let's see, what else are we doing? Okay, so check this out, guys. We are going to change the look of this bike. We're going to de-chrome it. We're going to take all the chrome off and replace everything with black. So I mentioned in another video, I put these fork gaiters on. And what that does is it protects the chrome tube, and it also blacks it out, and it makes it look, I think it looks better. It looks a little bit more beefier. And then up above, check this out, guys. You see this black? This is called Kydex. And what this is a thermoform plastic. I did it on both sides. And I had to form it in boiling water. And if you look inside here, you can see where it doesn't quite come all the way around to meet up with the other end of it. So, and it got kind of wrinkled on the ends. It got kind of wavy. So I ordered some new thermoplastic, some Kydex, a thinner sheet, because this is a little bit thicker. This is like 1/8, and I ordered 1/16. So it'll be easier to form and mold, and it'll be easier to install. So I'm going to redo that, but you can only see it from the backside, really. But from the front, it blacks out the whole front, the forks. And then I'm going to make a small little piece that will go on here to black this out. Okay, and then another thing, guys, I ordered another set of headlights off of eBay. Okay, they're over here. So I got me another used set of headlights, and I'm gonna clean them up, scuff them down, and I'm gonna paint them black. Okay, and I'm keeping my original headlights because my original headlights are like perfect. There's like no rust, there's no pitting, there's no oxidization. They're just a little bit dusty. But my headlights are perfect. They're in perfect condition. So I didn't want to ruin them, and I wanted to keep them in case I ever want to go back to the original look. Okay, and then another thing, guys, that we're going to do is I ordered a new exhaust, a new slip-on exhaust for this bike. Okay, because I want blacked out. So I ordered an exhaust handmade in Italy. I'm not going to tell you what brand it is yet, but you guys are going to love it. It's short and it's black. It's got carbon fiber tip, and it's going to freaking sound amazing. I've already heard some YouTube channels that have that exhaust. So the next thing I want to do is I want to order another used header, and then because my header is almost it's in great shape. There's no issues. It's just got a little bit of tarnish. So I'm going to order a second used header, and I'm going to ceramic coat it either in black or like a titanium or like some kind of a gray or something other than the chrome. So that'll complete the blacked out look. So I don't know if you can really see over on this side. And I'm gonna keep my two brothers, keep all this stuff, keep my original header pipe in case I ever want to go back to that look. But okay guys, so now that I have this all torn apart, I'm gonna fix this here. I'm gonna get some professional quality heat shrink tubing, and I'm gonna fix this because I was just in a hurry when I put this all together. And these little blinkers here are they're aluminum. They're pretty nice. They're just from Amazon, and they have a little heat sink in the back. But I just want to fix this wire, make it look more professional. And I'll do the same on this side. Okay, there's that one. And then the two in the rear need to be, those wires also need to be, done up professionally with some heat shrink tubing, because they just go up underneath here. Okay, another thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to take off this undertail kit that I originally had bought for this bike. I bought this undertail kit back in 03, and I believe it's called, the company that made it is called Works Competition or Works something. But anyways, it's made for this bike, but I'm going to take it off. I'm going to scuff it down, and I'm going to paint it black. So that'll also black out. Because if you look at the bike from the rear, you can see right up in here, you can see like a shiny stainless steel. And I want this to be all black. Okay. And then another thing I'm going to do is the sprocket carrier. It's like a silver metallic color. And I'm going to pull, when I have the wheel off, I'm going to pull the sprocket carrier off again, and I'm going to paint it black. But I'm going to leave this silver. I like this silver because it matches the look of the silver rotor. Okay. And then the bracket for the caliper, I'm going to leave that silver also. Okay, so let's see, what else was I going to do? There was one other thing. Hold on a second. I'll pause you guys so I can remember what I was going to do. Hold on, dummies. Okay, dummies, I'm back. Okay, I remembered what I was going to do. Okay, so I have a new valve cover gasket, and I have the little O-rings that go underneath the valve cover in the four holes. But in order to do the valve cover gasket, you have to pull the whole cooling system out. So I'm gonna, at a later date, I'm gonna pull the cooling system, because this bike has the original coolant in it. Okay, I've never done anything to this coolant, and this coolant is in excellent condition. As you can tell, it's got the old blue coolant, and I know they've changed to an OAT, which is now orange in color. So that means I'm going to have to flush the entire bike like 6 or 8 times with distilled water, and flush it, and then run the bike up the temperature, flush it again, until I can get rid of this coolant. 100% of this coolant has to be gone in order to add the new coolant. So when I get ready to do the valve cover gasket, then I'm going to do the coolant. And I was thinking about getting some silicone hoses, but my hoses are in excellent condition. So I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. They're still soft. They're still supple because I condition them with at least once a year. I condition them with my Meguiar's Hot Shine tire foam. And if you look over here, guys, these are the rubber protectors that go on the wire loom, one on each side. Okay, so I just pulled them out, I cleaned them, and then I sprayed the Meguiar's Tire Shine on there, and I'm letting that soak in. And then they go up in here. One goes on the left, it covers those wire bundles, and then the other one goes on the right and it covers those wire bundles. Okay, so that's another thing that I'm cleaning and taking care of. Okay, guys, one more thing. So about 8 or 10 years ago, I took this bike up to the Triumph dealership, my local dealership here in Roseville, California, and they remapped the bike because the tune had gone corrupted. And they had the bike, and the guy took the tank off and he put new spark plugs in it. Well, when he was putting it all back together, this is why I don't like taking my bikes to have anybody else work on it. When he was putting it all back together, you have to line up, the air box has to be lined up with these air intake ducts, one on each side. Well, the jackass that was working on my bike, he just threw everything back together and wasn't paying attention. And look at that, what he did. He put a nick in the fucking paint. And that pissed the hell out of me. And I didn't notice it until about a week or a couple weeks later. But he put a little nick on both sides, right where the intake tube goes, that little grill. And this bike has not one scratch on it at all. And when I saw that, I was pissed. The good part is, when these are fully into position, you don't really see it. But I know it's there, and it bugs me. So what I ended up doing, guys, and this is what I did on my Red Rocket. Check this out, guys. Fingernail polish. Okay? And I just went on Amazon and I started looking at all the different color greens. And I put in apple green and lime green and neon green. And I came up with this one. And I just ordered it over the just over the website. And it's a pretty close match, guys. Now, it doesn't have the pearlescent in it. But if I take a little dab of this fingernail polish and I just dink, 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 just very small, and fill that little chip in, you'll never know it was there. Okay? And I did the same thing on the Red Rocket. Okay, so on the Red Rocket, I just took a wild guess at a red that I thought would be close. And I don't know if you guys remember, but on the Red Rocket, up on this part right here, there was a chip. It was a pretty good sized chip where somebody's boot caught onto that. And I just used this nail polish, was like $6 on Amazon. Okay, guys. And I dab. Now I was in a hurry. I was all excited and I got kind of sloppy. And this still needs to be wet sanded a little bit more and buffed. Let me see if I can wipe this. Let me wipe that down for you real quick. But that could be wet sanded down a little bit further and buffed. But when you look at it from 10 feet away, you don't see that big chip anymore. You hardly even notice it's there. So these little bottles they're like $6, and they're a gel. See that color gel, and it has a gloss. So that's how I'm gonna do my touch-up paint, guys. So anyways, this video is getting kind of long, so I'll let you guys go. But anyways, this is the head. Big, cold-blooded dummy. Signing out. Later, all you little gators out there. Oh, by the way, Red's already in bed right now, sleeping. So, okay, bye. Okay, guys, this shows down inside the spark plug well. And this shows down inside the cylinder. And you can see the carbon buildup on the piston. It's pretty minimal. It's not excessive. And then this shows down inside the intake valve. And these valves are clean as a whistle. I can't believe it. And I didn't even do anything to clean it. It's just the way they were. Oh, hey, dummies. I wanted to, one thing I forgot I wanted to mention. The valve cover. So there's 6 of these valve cover bolts. Okay, there is 6mm Allen socket. Well, I was checking this one in the front here. Check this one out, guys. Look at that. When I opened this up, I saw down. I said, "Oh no, that somehow got water maybe after I washed the bike and it started to corrode." And I was like, "Oh no." Because I know that these things are a bitch to get loose, and I was hoping that wasn't compromised. So I got a 6mm. Check this out, guys. I got the 6mm. I was able to get it all the way down and seated. And then, watch this. I was able to get it to break loose. So I went to all 6 and got them broken loose. They were tight. They were on there good, and I was worried that that was going to be that they were going to get rounded off. But I was able to get all of them broken free, and then I just retightened them back up. And then so when I go to do the valve cover gasket, I won't have any issues. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to see if I can find another set. If I can get another brand new set or something. So, anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys.